So there's three things that I wanted to talk about, and one of them is health and fitness, the other being health and fitness, business, and love. And but first of all, I just wanted to say that I've always kind of considered myself like a free-spirited type of person. In fact, that was actually my first password on my first email account was Freespirit. Very like, free-spirited. I've become wary of people who try to assume that they know me, or when they don't really, or they don't really know a full backstory or something like that, or they don't, they assume that they know me, or what my problem is, or what's wrong with me, or something like that, and then proceed to tell me what I need to think about it. Like they form their own conclusion about me. Little side story, when I was having a hard time recently, I reached out to an old friend just because I was in the depths of really, really mentally anguished, and I reached out to an old friend who, I don't know, for some reason I just thought of this person, and I reached out to him and hadn't talked to him in a long, long time, but we had been friends many years ago, good friends. And then something happened. I don't remember what happened, but anyway, I soon remembered why I kind of distanced myself from the person. Anyway, it was helpful to talk to him, but then he started on with his, oh, you shouldn't be doing that, you should do this, and here's what you need to do. And like, when I wasn't asking for that, it was just, we chatted. It wasn't, it wasn't bad communication. It was just like, oh yeah, so, we just kind of caught up on things and stuff like that, and so that was kind of helpful. And then I told him about something that happened quite a while back, and then he was like, well, you really need to do blah, whatever, and you need to do this, and you need to do that. And I was like, okay. But it was in such a way that I can't quite describe it. It was like, after that person has gotten my trust a little bit by simply just allowing me to be and allowing me to say whatever was on my mind, then start to tell me what to do about it, when they didn't really know the full backstory, kind of a thing. And it was just sort of like, well, sorry, but I wasn't looking for that. Like, I wasn't looking for you to try to, handle it for me. Just wanted a friend to talk to, that's all. Anyway, I think that very often, the best kind of help you can give as a friend is just to listen, not to get attached to what they're talking about, or to get involved, or try to tell them what they need to think about it, or come across as like you're senior to them and you're, like, here's why you're having a problem with this. This is what you need to do. Like, I mean, that in some ways, sometimes that can be, helpful if you put it across in a way which is tactful and not condescending or patronizing, or like as a, like, to make the person feel stupid, because that you have to be careful about that. That's just my take on it. Because yeah, like when it comes across as like you're making the person wrong for whatever, then it's like they've immediately lost trust in you. Like they're not going to trust you anymore. Like they're not going to listen to you. And you might even be right, what you're trying to help them with, but at the same time, you've lost them if you're going to try to make them wrong for their past mistakes or whatever. Like if you're trying to help them, you first of all just, allow a person to be, because it's sort of like, I know enough from my own experience that, like, if somebody's going to try to, help by making me wrong and, like, making me feel stupid, they don't actually really want to help me. And I don't trust people like that. I will not, and I've become more and more shrewd to that over the years. So, yeah. There's other stuff I wanted to say, but I'll cap it at that for now. Oh yeah, so oh God, that's gonna take too long. I'll talk about that later. It's a beautiful day today, and the sun is shining. There's lots of people out and about. I'm about to head out and exercise. There's a social thing that I may go to later this afternoon. But other than that, I'm just working on my business. And yeah. And what else? I was gonna say something. Oh yeah, so I was going through some ups and downs recently on this, like, whole thing, whatever. But, I just need to keep going in the right direction, just keep at it, and do that. And I'm gonna, try to help others along the way and rise by lifting others as well. The last time I started doing well actually was in February. I went through a period of immense, painful grief during January, and then, and even before that, before, like, we ended things off and stuff, like, I was just feeling bad. And the problem is that, he started looking elsewhere before he actually ended things off with me. He told me he needed, I was trying my best to just, like, leave, give him space, like, not pester, whatever, just, like, backed off, and then, in January, the week after the New Year, like, I think we spoke on New Year's, and then he said, like, that was part of his 3-week period, though, but, like, then so there was a period of time after that, but it was just like I was feeling bad. And you know, come to find out later that he was already looking elsewhere during that time. And then ended things off with me when we spoke after that. And then we spoke a couple more times, and then, so yeah, we ended things off. Yeah, I was sad about it, but I think part of it was like the confusion, you know, because I didn't really know everything about it. I had been lied to, you know, like at one point he said, this was before he said, give me my 3 weeks to work out whether, you know, work out my life and work out, you know, if I want to continue things with us. So I said, okay. And he said something about, like, what if I want to start dating other people? And that was just like, that shocked me. It was like a knife cutting through me. Like, I was like, what? Really? Are you doing that? And he lied. He said, no, but, you know, what if, you know, and eventually I want to, but he was already doing it at that time. And I was just like, well, yeah, that would be really hurtful. I mean, I don't want to be around when that's happening, you know, obviously. Anyway, the thing is that I know that we're both not necessarily bad people. We just, you know, I definitely think that well, I know, like, it anything can work out if you put your ass into it. No, I'm just kidding. Put your, you know, nose to the grindstone and just, like, you know, just work it out, whatever. I know that there's a potential for, you know, when there's no stops or secrets, or like when there's no, like, you know, like the natural bond or the natural affinity that's there, when those things are lifted, when the negative situation is lifted, it's really, really good, and it works really well, but between us, but you can't have it where you think it's okay to keep those kind of secrets and you know, lie to someone about it and have that enter anything to do with so yeah, but so yeah, he's, you know, looking for someone else and dating other people and stuff, and I know that it's better that, you know, we don't maintain contact for that reason anyway. But plus, like, there would need to be, it's like, okay, yeah, you got to work on yourself and, like, heal yourself and blah blah blah, and, like, do whatever, you know. But then there's also, like, repair that you'd have to do to, like, sort of, like, fix the, you know, the damage that's been done, to repair the, like, the trust kind of a thing. You'd have to, like, do you know what I mean? So this is getting way too long, but, like, what I'm trying to say is, like, I know that there's a potential there, but I'm not going to even try or tease or tempt or whatever, you know, like, yeah. So what ended up happening was we started talking again in February. Like, I was starting to do, like, I had kind of popped out of my, like, depressed state and was, you know, working on my business stuff and whatever. was much better. And then, of course, naturally, you know, those feelings started to come up again, I guess. And we had been talking and stuff. And he even told me he was still trying to think of solution, or, you know, figure out a way to come out here, and or solutions to it all and stuff like that. So, you know, I was still kind of hopeful. But yeah, anyway, just like, I'm glad I found out the truth. It was actually worse than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was just like this one-off time, but nope, there was like a history of it had been going on, and I don't even know how. But at least I know, like, it was still while we were still having our thing. You know, it was still within that window of time. Anyway, it was just a bit of a shock to me, and but I'm moving on, and I know I'm going to succeed at what I'm doing with this stuff, and yeah, anything and everything is possible. So, in the best of all possible worlds and stuff. So there you go.